inbound now, we have Trojan Thunder, Thunder on! Airshows across North America. Now a little bit about the aircraft you're flying. The first flight of the T-28 was in 1949, and we are excited to be celebrating 76 years of the mighty T-28 Trojan. The Trojan was the next generation aircraft trainer post-World War II for the U.S. Air Force and the U.S. Navy, serving as both an advanced trainer and combat aircraft. And inbound from the left, we have our solos. Nick Thorstensen from Marco Island, Florida, and Dan Kirkland from Hickman, Arizona. The T-28 was used to teach advanced flight maneuvers such as formation flying being demonstrated by our Diamond inbound from the left, as well as aerobatics, instrument flying, ground attack missions, and aircraft carrier operations. The T-28 is a piston-engine military trainer used by the United States Air Force and the Navy. They flew these from the 1950s to the 1980s. And if you look closely as they went by, you can see that some of these aircraft being flown by Trojan Thunder still have the tailhooks used for carrier operations training. This aircraft was also used by the Republic of Vietnam Air Force and the French Air Force. It not only served as trainer aircraft for those countries, but also for light attack as well. So take a listen as Trojan Thunder Diamond comes by in a belly pass. Manufactured by the North American Aviation Corporation from 1949 to 1957. Trojan's B, C, and D models are all powered by a single 1,425 horsepower Curtiss-Wright 9-cylinder radial engine. For those of you who go to a lot of air shows and are familiar with the B-17, yep, that's exactly the same engine on the mighty B-17. That single engine has a max speed of 343 miles per hour. Between 1950 and 1957, 1,948 T-28 Trojans were built. The T-28 saw extensive combat service in Southeast Asia during the Vietnam War, serving as the first U.S.-flown strike aircraft on December 26, 1961. Now inbound from the right, our Diamond is demonstrating what we call the dirty pass. That's because the gear is down and the air flows dirty around the aircraft. So let's take a look as the Diamond, led by Jive Kerby of Lake Wells, Florida, brings it in. And in slot number 4, is James Rolfe from Bennett, Iowa, and inbound from left and right for midfield cross are our solos, Dan and Nick. Who came to the U.S. and secretly trained to fly T-28s, trained by our own United States Air Force at such bases as Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi. They served as counterinsurgency and interdiction roles. It was also flown by U.S. pilots in covert operations under the name Operation Jungle Gym in the early 1960s, and later by the 1st Air Commando Division Special Ops Raven pilots in Laos. Other combat uses include CIA operations in the Belgian Congo and in the French colonial war in Algeria. And again, with the belly pass, the Diamond Republic. Trojan was during a coup d'etat in the Philippines, where rebel forces bombed the presidential palace in December of 1989, whereupon they were chased from the skies by none other than U.S. Air Force F-4 Phantoms. The final T-28 training flight in the United States was flown by the U.S. Navy in early 1984. The aircraft that Dr. Kelly on the right of the diamond is flying is actually one of those aircraft that was used up until the very end of its use by the U.S. Navy. The T-28 was decommissioned from service and sold to private civil operators, just like the gentleman flying the aircraft today, with many bringing their aircraft to air shows, just like EAA AirVenture, for audiences to see and hear aviation history come to life. Settled in for another pass. I'm going to tell you a little bit about each one of them is flying. Flying lead is Lieutenant Colonel Jerry Jive Kerby. Retired from the U.S. Air Force, call sign Jive, from Lake Wells, Florida. Flying in position 2 on the left of the diamond is Paul Walter, call sign Top. From Milwaukee, Wisconsin, flying in position 3 is Dr. James Kelly, call sign Bulldog. From Fort Smith, Arkansas, in position 4, James Rolfe of Bennett, Iowa. In position 5, U.S. Navy retired Commander Nick Thorstensen, call sign Thor. Now, if you want to follow along with the Trojan Thunder adventures across North America, we ask that you go and find us on Facebook, Twitter, or X as we like to call it now, or Instagram. We are Trojan Thunder 28. If you happen to get some great photos and videos you want to share with us, either tag us or use the hashtag ThunderOn, and we will find those photos and videos. Now, for our performances at EAA AirVenture 2025, we want to say a huge thank you to Ladd Gardner Aviation Insurance for helping make the Trojan Thunder 6-shift performance possible. We hope that you will consider Ladd Gardner Aviation Insurance for all of your aviation insurance needs. We also want to thank our fellow T-28 pilot, Mr. Ray Bailey, for all of his assistance this week in preparing us and getting us ready for our performances for you. Now, as our team gets ready to come in and do their bombers, we do want to say a huge thank you to everyone here at EAA AirVenture. We want to thank all the air bosses, the airshow directors, Boyd and Tim, everyone in the staff of EAA, but especially our volunteers. Without the volunteers at EAA AirVenture, we would not have this amazing week of aviation fun. Here they are, Trojan Thunder. Thunder on! details get handled. On behalf of Jive, Top, Bulldog,
nice job, winds estimated 200 at 5, clear to land, runway 18, understand number 4, westbound.
Repeat westbound. AirVenture 2025. We're proud to be a part of it.
I see you. God bless, my friend. Have a good flight home.
Now our team is going to land here on the left, and they will be coming down right in front of the flight line to get back to your parking spaces to refuel, and most of them to head home today. Now they're not going to be able to hear you if you're clapping, so give them a big wave when they come by and taxi back over to the Warbird ramp. We have landing now Dr. James Kelly from Fort Smith, Arkansas. And next we have Mr. Dan Kirkland from Wittman, Arizona.
You know the Owen building? Yes. Yes, I already know where it is.
Next we have our lead, Lieutenant Colonel Jerry John Kerby from Lake Wells, Florida. Mr. Paul Topwalder from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Sorry.
And Mr. U.S. Navy retired commander. Yes, Thornton from Marco Island, Florida. Now, JR from Bennett, Iowa did take off to go on home. So we bid him adieu and thank him again for being a part of Trojan Thunder, the only 6-ship water team in North America.
Come out of that nice cool weather and come in here, you have your airspace, and
This was
bye-bye.
Trojan Thunder.